Because the leader of the black community is the white man. That's who holds the power of the black community. That's the uncomfortable conversation that people don't ever want to admit. Your
No, they just admitted it. But what they're saying is you work for them, and not by having a job, by their ideology and the way you treat and despise black men. That's a part of putting you in those positions. You feel you're above. You don't want to build with your counterpart. You get your money and you do for you. Now, we got a great video from This Might Be Risky. And today's topic is the black community operating under matriarchal leadership? Let's talk about it. But you know what I say? Surely not everybody's kung fu fighting. Somebody had to be capping, right? Let's drop the clip.
Are black men considered lower than black women?
Oh, right. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, no. Because men aren't, just from a society view, men aren't considered lower than women, period. That's whether they're earning or not earning or whatever. Men are considered to be above women, period. They don't even have to be especially smart or especially successful. They don't have to be especially good looking. But they're considered to be superior to women, period.
Okay. And if you put black women versus black men in like categories, let's say like leadership positions in corporate America, et cetera, do you think that black men are more represented than black women if we were to do like a chat GPT search?
I think black women might be more represented, but there are some catalysts as to why, right? I think that it's very much systematic and has a lot to do with the breakdown of our community, right?
Now, when we say that, we get a lot of pushback. When we say not to demand your degree, not to demand your education, but when you say, why haven't we done what you've done? And we mention, you got a little push, you got a little incentive, you got a little backing, we get pushback. Now, we're not saying that's the only reason, because the work got to be put in, but we definitely get pushback, and you act like you can't acknowledge it.
So kind of like what's already been sort of alluded to.
Yeah.
You elevate the woman above the man, how can the community survive? And that's a societal view, right? So that's why the women get the opportunities. But now that doesn't mean we're not working for them, because we are sitting through those classes. We are getting the credentials. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So you are agreeing then that based on the systematic thing that Shad eloquently laid out, Arnold opened up with, and we often say, and most of us generally agree, that we're in a matriarchy in our community.
No, I don't believe that.
Okay, sorry. So my statement was most of us generally agree that we're in a matriarchy.
And that's DJ Hamp. I'm sure you guys can read, but that's a very smart, educated brother. I respect brother DJ Hamp. He understood correctly what she was saying, because I got the same thing from it. She agreed.
Perception wise, are the black women put also over black men systematically, or no?
I guess perception wise, Hamp, I guess perception wise, but my thinking is that women are always seen to be beneath men for the reasons that I laid out. The men don't even have to be especially talented or anything, and the women are seen as second.
Black men,
right? It's always, yes, men, period. Yeah. So it's men, women, children, in that order.
Okay. So you're saying black men specifically don't have to be exceptional to succeed?
They don't have to be exceptional to be seen above women.
Above black women?
Yes.
Even with the systematic things? Okay.
Right.
So you said no, why?
So I feel like it's systematic as well. I also feel like...
Hey, Saad, do me a favor. Tell me what you think.
Facts.
So I think that it is very much systematic.
Okay.
I also think and feel that it stems from just men always being in this hierarchy. Because when y'all said that we was in a matriarchy, I was kind of confused. Because men still heavily dominate the government and women's rights. When I think about a patriarchy, you said
this woman rights thing, I get it. Women have to be concerned about their rights. But every time they go to this women rights thing, like men dominate their rights, when in America, there's more women than men. And if you're voting for your rights, then vote for your rights. And most men vote for women's rights, especially the ones that protect you.
What?
White men.
Black people in the black
We're
community.
talking about black. We're talking about in our community.
So in our community, I still think there's a hierarchy. Men has always ruled, and I think honestly,
For
because
black people specifically.
yes, for black people. Like it may be hard for y'all to get into those doors, but once y'all are in those doors, if it's a woman and a man, I feel like the man is going to get the hierarchy. And even with 2K point when he was talking about corporate America, you would see that corporate America is flooded with females. But when you look at the hierarchy as who is running these companies, these are men.
We're saying black. That's why that's what we said. That's what we
I understand. I said yes.
Okay, so
And
yeah, but
Black
just real
men
quick,
ain't running
the point you
companies.
just made, right? You went back to white men. That's why 2K was doing this thing. But we're saying in terms of our community, when you look at black men and black women, who's touted, who's pushed. That's why Dr. G and I were conversing about who's more represented in like corporate entities and such. And I think we came upon the agreement that it was black women.
I don't agree. So I feel like at the end of the day, even though the outcomes look
Did Dr. G just double back down and say, I don't agree after all of that?
unequal, it doesn't always mean it's unfair. So I'm just so confused as to where do y'all get. I'm just confused as to where did y'all get the concept that women were above y'all.
So Shad, well, we're having a conversation. So what Arnold stated, and then Shad laid it out how women are less threatening, so they have closer proximity to white men specifically, and they also had an attraction in the whole 9 yards, right? And when you can separate those men from those women, especially when those men and women are in chains, what does that do to that entire societal structure?
I still don't think that plays to it. So yes, we still have that closer proximity, but like when I look at it, when it comes to getting the job done, regardless of what it is, they're going to go to the man, especially when it comes to leadership or whatever.
Cap.
Yeah, I think here's what I see is the white men are here, right? You can feel the double minority sentiment that you guys continue to communicate by having a woman and a black woman. Boom. Now you got the token in place, and black and women aren't threatening to men, generally speaking, especially those men that actually benefit from the patriarchy. So why not put her there over another man that you have to actually contend with?
Can I go? Oh, who turn is it?
But
2K.
Okay.
All right. So
Before 2K go, Hamp just level set the conversation. All the ladies and all the fellas should have an understanding at this point.
I'm looking for this woman name. All right, but fuck it, they go. So black women, black men, white men. All right, let's put the white man at the top of the hierarchy. Okay, for this example, the black woman gets to get the ear of the white man. With the ear of the white man, more power is granted. So in terms of physicality, the black man might be greater than y'all, but y'all got the ear of the muscle. And when things like that happen, you guys become what I like to call puppeteers. Okay? You guys get to do the white man's work for them, but on the screen. And in return, we'll give you a couple things too. Let's talk about it. The gay agenda. Black women push that shit over the hill. Feminism. Black women push that shit over the hill.
Uh-oh.
The wage gap. Black woman push that shit over the hill.
Uh-oh.
Now, let me show you the plight of when a black man wants something. Let's go to civil rights. Niggas had to die, get hosed by damn fire trucks, get ate by their nuts by dogs, even assassinated. So just by y'all being the white man's puppet, y'all get certain benefits from that. All while, and this is just by norm, because see, they know white women. They know for a fact if white women made more than them or was in these spaces, how the white women would treat them. So they won't let that happen. But we're going to put the black women, we're going to elevate them over the black man to kill two birds with one stone. We're going to kill the black man and we get to keep the black woman at bay and have them do our dirty work for us. And so when it comes to just breaking it all down, y'all got the ear of the muscle. Y'all in our community, it is a matriarchy because y'all have the ear of the muscle, and that's what I mean by it.
That's
How?
Can I
that's not
rebuttal? Can I rebuttal? Can I give my
yeah.
point? Okay,
Yeah.
first of all, the reason why I said no is this. Black women go to school. Black women get educated. So of course they will be overrepresented in certain places because black men do not go to get education. Even though black women are more educated than black men still earn more than us, right? And they still have greater opportunity at success in this country. Why? Because this is a patriarchal country. Without going to school, the jobs that you can earn a lot of money in, all blue collar, hard working, male dominated fields that takes strength, male strength to actually get done. Electricians, HVAC, etc. Right? So within
She named those off like you can just get those falling off the street corner, and you don't have to have any type of training, job placement. Come on now.
of course, the world is they're supposed to make more, right? So this idea that the system is the reason why black women bust their ass. Black women go to school. Black women do what they need to do to earn the things that they have. Don't nobody like black women. Don't nobody like black women. Nobody's giving black women nothing for free. And
So is she disputing the systems and the programs that they get? The double minority that Hamp just explained?
it's very disheartening to the way that y'all always think that somebody gave something to black women as a black women not busting their ass, studying, going to those schools and doing what they have to do to get in positions that they getting in. But it's always this puppet this, puppet that. No, it's not. Black women are working their ass off to get in the positions that they getting in. They're gonna keep on opening the doors, and I support that. That's why they're there. But it don't matter because
Not one time did anybody say you not working hard. Nobody said you not working hard.
black men are still men, but we are in a matriarch. But we're not in a matriarch. We're in a matriarch because black women have been the backbone of their family. Anything that's taking the man out the home, or any time the man decided to leave, whatever it was, drugs, feminism, whatever. When the man is gone, the women has to stay, and the woman has to do that. So most people have a big mama within that bloodline that holds that family together, that makes sure that family structure is strong. That's why we are matriarchy. So it's more matrilineal because we have a big mama. It's not that all women run it, but majority of it is ran by.
She's correct in a way, but the whole big mama theory, that's out. Today the big mamas is my age, and they still out there.
Big mama.
Cherrell, if okay, you might be right that nobody like black women, but this is not a likable position. If that position was so important, do you know who they would put right there if it wasn't detrimental to their community? White women. White women. That's who the positions that y'all got right now. They would give them to white women if they were so illustrious. They are giving y'all these positions to keep black men down. And
White
then
white women are in those positions more than us.
Okay. And the reason why black men make more in these fields is because we work harder, we work longer. You guys do bust y'all ass, but for 40 hours. I know black men who easily do 60-hour weeks. So yes, we make more because we work.
I just couldn't let it go by. Yeah, white women have more of those positions. One, because there's more white women than you. That still doesn't change the fact of what Tukay was saying. You guys get those positions for specific reasons. Allies.
We work harder, or we might do something where we get to set the price.
Okay.
I just have a question. Can we define flat out patriarchy and matriarchy? Because I think that we are feeling like just because women are now getting treatment or have access to certain rooms or certain services or whatever, that we are in a patriarchy. Like, I don't.
They got to stop with this because we are just now. Now like when? Now like when? I'm older than everybody on this panel. For my whole lifetime, women been working and had equal rights to men. Feminism just went far, far overboard, bro.
We're in a patriarchy.
I mixed it up.
Because the leader of the black community is the white man. That's who holds the power of the black community. That's the uncomfortable conversation that people don't ever want to admit.
No, they just admitted it. But what they're saying is you work for them, and not by having a job, by the ideology and the way you treat and despise black men. That's a part of putting you in those positions. You feel you're above your counterpart. You don't want to build with your counterpart. You get your money and you do for you.
Bow! You gotta live with that.
That's cool. But notice the difference. Realize the difference. Men get their money, whether it's from a college degree, certificate from a trade job, training, whatever. And they think about how they could help the family, meaning upgrading with your woman, possibly having a child. And if you have a child, upgrading your child's life.
The power is always going to lead back to the person who holds true power. Like I said, even when it comes
but my whole point was saying, but patriarchy doesn't even mean that females are at the top, like, or it's controlling.
Yeah,
so that's why I wanted the definition.
We can break it all the way down. So that's what Cherrell said is actually Tukay's point. So if white men are indeed in charge of the black community, it's a pseudo matriarchy, right? So it'll be angled as though women are in charge, running the houses, the family, the households, right? And white men intentionally give them leverage so that the black men don't rise to the top. That's what 2K saying.
Because they'll empower their own women. If that was the case, do you think white women just sitting back and like, dang, why this black woman got that position? They ain't saying nothing about it because that ain't never how it's gonna be over there.
But we're more educated than them too.
I don't disagree with the pseudo patriarchy point.
I think
y'all keep.
The stats don't say this with that educated trope. You're not more educated than them. You're the third. Asians, Caucasians, Black Americans. In every race, the women are more educated than the men. So what point are you making?
Kids be dumb as hell. Cause why y'all be saying educated? If you was educated, your kids will know something. You got a degree. That's not education. That you just got a great way of obtaining shit that they taught you. What is that?
That's the point that every person without a degree or without higher education makes. That it's just this or it's just that. It just doesn't make any sense. That's a standard that's set. Black women are jumping that standard by mouth.
Dr. G took it personal. And I guess I would too if I put that work in to attain a doctorate. But that's not what he said. That's not what he said. He's talking about the attention paid to the family and that education being used on the children. But
and then we want to come back and say it don't mean anything.
I got a degree. It don't mean nothing.
Your degree don't mean nothing, 2K. Okay.
Shah, what's up, man?
Oh, I was about to answer that.
Yeah, I kind of a lot of the forced doctrine is important, and I'm saying it because particularly black people now always make comments like we got to do our own as if black people never have, and the forced doctrine will help you understand why without an army we'll always be vulnerable people within America's structure. Without an army willing to die and having the infrastructure and tools to get the job done, no matter how much we do and build on our own.
And the women don't understand that, Shad. The women don't understand that. Y'all niggas is weak because y'all ain't rose up and beat the white man's system.
In this society, history will show you we've actually attempted to build on our own a couple of times, dozens of times, and it gets taken every time because we don't have an army. So their forced doctrine is real. 2K's point about like this idea of like leverage again, because if you really get in the weeds, you'll find out these positions you're talking about are support positions. It's still not leadership for the most part, right? There are women in leadership, but for the most part, it's support positions, particularly in what Arnold was talking about, like the corporate structure. So the idea is like they have the white man's ear, and somehow it's giving them leverage. I think what you're speaking to is like all of us falling for the trick bag and how it's negatively influenced both men and women to inward fight versus saying more opportunity is a benefit for all of us. And it should be celebrated by all of us and should be used as leverage or something that separates us. But that's something on black people in our psychology that we got to fix. Being in this capitalistic society, it does it to everyone. Damn, I wanted to say something about your other point about.
Look, I'm going to end it right there. Now, if you want to go and be involved in a good faith conversation, also solution-based conversation, Go ahead, tap into This Might Be Risky and follow DJ Hamp on all platforms as well. I'll leave a link in the description down below. Now, we on this subscriber hunt. We almost at 300. Go ahead, subscribe to the channel. And when you do, just comment. You're a new subscriber. Go ahead, get that shout out. I want to give a shout out to all of these new subscribers right here. Again, we're about 265. And, on our way to 300, on our way to 500. So in closing, let me say this. Even though I don't truly think that Black community is under matriarchal leadership, the actual illusion and the vision, what people see socially is that. And so until the women get on board with the men actually leading, other than just saying we want leaders and you guys are supposed to be the leaders, I don't think anything will change in that regard. Also, nothing's going to change in our image as Black men and women unless us as Black men help raise the image of Black women, which I believe that we are doing that by giving the advice to the women that we give, and Black women also aiding to the improvement of our image. And what I mean by that is speaking the truth. And when I say the truth, I mean about more than just the men that you've been in relationships with. Because there's millions of men that you cross yearly and have good reactions, interactions with. Just walk by, nothing happens. But you'd rather be with a bear. I get the sentiment, but it's still dumb, that part. Again, hit that like, subscribe, share the video, leave some comments. And again, you know what I say. Surely not everybody was Kung Fu fighting. Somebody had to be captured, right?